Hi, I'm Sean Mann. I've been hunting geese and ducks most of my life. I grew up in my dad's gun shop in Easton, Maryland, and started guiding goose hunters when I was about 15. I started making goose and duck calls when I was in my early 20s. A lot of great things have happened for me through the years, but all of my best hunting memories involve my dad. There's a great outdoor tradition in our family. In fact, it's the glue that kept us all together during our journeys from childhood to becoming adults. My sons are a little bit too young to go shooting with me yet, but many of my friends have children who hunt with them, as I did with my dad. My friends Wally Knox and Jay Kappa share our tradition. I invited them to bring their sons Chad and Steven to Alberta to join my friends, three-time world goose calling champion Keith McGowan and two-time world champion and international champion Kevin Popo for 3 days in waterfowling heaven. Come with us on this trip as we share our family tradition. I arrive in Alberta in mid to late August and start scouting birds right away. The days are really long that time of year. Sometimes it's still light at 11 o'clock at night. It gets light at 5 in the morning. So by the time our season starts on September 1st, we're already pretty tired, and then guiding each day kind of grinds you down a little bit more. When my friends come up and I can take off the guiding hat and put on my hunting hat, it's a ball.
We're sitting in Customs Wednesday and the cell phone rings, and it's Sean. He says, "You fellas ready to hunt?" And we said, "My Lord, yeah, we can't wait for tomorrow." And Sean says, "No, I mean today."
And he said, "Well, get here as quick as you can because we've got a great hunt lined up."
No. So we're in Edmonton about 12 o'clock or so, and he says, "Look, you need to get your gear on. As you're driving toward the hunting site, you need to get your gear on and ready to go."
I didn't really think that there'd be many ducks up there, being there wasn't much water. And got up there, and I've never seen ducks like that before in my life. They were just all over the place, coming from all different angles, and it was amazing.
We're just excited, and we're riding down the road and we're putting on our coveralls, and everybody's just laughing and cutting up.
So we get to this field and it's just ducks swarming all over us, and it was never a sight I've seen in my life.
Once we got there, we got out of the car, and Sean said, "Hurry up, we don't have time for handshakes and laugh. Get in the daggone blind, and ducks are flying." We jump in to lay down blinds, and there's Keith, he's in there calling, and ducks are flying over us, and we're like, "Golly, Dave, what are we going to shoot at? There's so many to pick from."
I think the boys, they were in awe. They had never seen anything like that before. Of course, I had never seen anything like that before.
It was just a heck of a way to start the trip off.
I grew up waterfowl hunting in the Chesapeake Bay region, and in that area, you have a couple of spots to hunt, and that's where you're going to hunt for the year. In Alberta, I have access to hundreds of square miles of land, and I can't stress the importance of scouting enough. We're hunting migrating birds, and those birds just travel through. Sometimes they stay for a day, sometimes they stay for 2 weeks. You've got to be on top of where those birds are roosting, where those birds are feeding, if you want to be successful. Folks constantly ask me how to pick a spot to hunt, how to set decoys, and how to call. But my real answer is, don't ask me, ask the birds. They tell me all I need to know. I hunt where they were, I set my spreads to emulate the birds, and I call to sound like the birds. You can't get that from a book. You get it from watching the birds. We're hunting about 3 miles from the main roost to our south, and 1.5 miles from a staging pond. The birds are moving from the roost to the staging pond first, and then coming to our field to feed. Today we're using an arrowhead pattern of 12 dozen Real Geese Pro Series Canada silhouettes, 3 dozen Real Geese Pro Series specs, about 40 full bodies, and 2 dozen white shells for the snow geese. We're using Final Approach X-Lander blinds because they're the most functional and portable layout blind made. You know, I love guiding goose hunters. I love taking people hunting. I love putting people in a situation where they're going to shoot their first goose or their first type of goose, you know, a speck, a Ross, a little Canada, whatever it might be. But then when I get to sit in with my buddies and shoot along with them, I really start to just become a kid again. And this trip was a particular blast.
When we got set up the first morning, it was you just heard geese all around you, and I've never really heard speckled bellies or Ross geese before, but it was definitely neat hearing them, you know, not hearing them before, and then seeing the birds come up and come across the sky is neat.
No! That's why I shot one shot and it won.
We should have taken the 4 specs. Now,
Nice shot, Sean. Nice shot. Thank you. Oh, shit. Hey. All right, we got a bunch of new birds coming. Here, saddle up. No!
well, when they fall, they're there.
They're there.
The birds aren't exactly giving themselves up, so Wally and I started playing keep away from the boys.
Wally, that white goose right now. I'll try to get him land on your chest.
Nice shot, buddy.
He said, wait till I let a goose drop on you.
You try to time that one,
Heck of shooting, I'm worried about surviving.
Chad, Steven, and Keith haven't gotten used to these small Canadas. They're about half the size of the geese at home, so they seem a lot farther away. So Wally and I show them what fast deal ones can do.
That was good. Hey, Big Dog, what do you think? Come on with it. Bring it on in here.
Watch that one falling in the bush.
Good gracious.
Let's pick him
That
up.
one just fell out of way over there. If they treat me badly, I treat them badly.
Hey, Sean, you made a believer out of it last year what this stuff will do. Huh? You made a believer out of it.
Keith's first spec, Steve's first spec. If they ain't gonna give it to us, we're gonna take it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it to them.
Take it to him. Take it on.
Okay, so now do we know how far away we can shoot?
Yeah.
Holy cannoli.
Stephen picked up his first speck of, first of all, in this area we don't get a chance to see specks. So that was definitely different, and he was very inquisitive on the fact that they had the black bars across its chest, and he was really excited to the fact that he got a chance to shoot a different species.
One of the cool parts about the trip is if you listen real close, you don't hear me calling a lot, especially the first and second days. I was in awe of just watching that many geese and that many different kinds of geese that you won't hear a lot of my calling on the tape because of I spent as much time with the call laying on my chest with my mouth open just gawking as I did paying attention and trying to make geese to do things that I'm used to making ducks and geese do. Sean, he's up there every year for 60 days, so it's kind of old hat for him. Kevin had been there numerous times in the past, so he knew what to expect. The first couple days that I was up there before it really sunk in, I spent as much time probably not blowing the call, just watching, because it was something I'd never experienced before.
They spun on us.
What's that?
They spun on us, man.
Yeah, they did.
They were coming real good and just hooked.
When you see all those birds, you have to see it for yourself to believe it. I mean, when they come in there, you don't know what to do. They're almost landing on your head. So, I mean, like I say, when Sean says go, do it, I mean, you better get up and do it.
Watch that slinger.
Mine now. On three. 1, 2, 3. One right there. Hey, watch that goose walking around.
You see him put them moves on you? Dove season opened up. Huh?
Oh, my Lord. That was a 1, 2, 3. Give it to him.
Now!
Well landed, Sean.
Hi, nice to see you. Now!
Here it comes around. Get him, Sean, left-handed. Sean left-handed. Oh gosh.
You having any fun yet? It's a dove shoot. Fire at will.
You know, I waited so long for all my buddies to show up, and we scouted the evening before and went out and had a great hunt. And, well, you could probably tell that somewhere along the line I lost control.
We're not going to get the powder puff shot, so let's just see how well we can shoot.
Well, Keith and Jay were on to me and Wally, so they split us up, and I went to the middle.
Get ready. Get ready. Ready? Now! I've never even fired my gun. See, now that is what you call restraint. Thank you, Jay.
747s, we're coming in for a landing, Piedmonts. They're Piedmonts.
Well, you know, you're sitting there and the birds in Canada fly at daybreak. And you look way off in the distance and all you see is a line. And you really can't make them out early. Then all of a sudden they get closer and closer and the adrenaline starts, you know, getting in your blood and the excitement. And I looked over at Chad and I said, Chad, look at this, you know, and he says, oh, Dad, I've never seen nothing like that before. I said, well, just hang on because you're in for a long day. And, you know, he was sitting there or laying there and I kind of looked over to him and I thought, you know, I'm 51 years old and this young man here I've hunted with a lot, but to experience something like this in Canada was something special. And when they first came in and we had a good volley and killed a few birds and no sooner we got the birds, you know, we had to hurry up and get back in the blinds again to get another shot. And I looked over at Chad and I said, Chad, what do you think? He says, Dad, this is exciting. I've never experienced nothing like this. Thank you. And that right there meant an awful lot to me.
Now. Anytime you want.
There's my nice speckle belly. I didn't have a shell in the chamber. I pulled a Josh, I sat up and went, huh.
Oh, right out front.
One of the neat parts of the trip was my chance to kill my first speck. The first one I knew, which was a speck, was a gorgeous, really mature, pretty bar-bellied bird, and it's actually on the wall at home.
Thanks!
About the only thing I didn't like from the whole trip was the fact that every day they tried to drop a duck or a goose in the blind with me. After a while, I was beginning to think I wasn't wanted.
Hey!
Sean, Sean, I'll put one in the bed with him.
Thanks!
I better get out of this pond.
Cover up, come on, we're hunting.
Second time you people done it to me.
Leave one in the bed with him.
Get up!
Big footy.
Not even the decoys are safe.
I like it when you guys do what I say. Or ask.
We can turn around and shoot on that.
Get up!
Now! Come on now. Keith, what? Didn't you have any shells left?
Now some ducks for flavor.
Now! Keep going.
Nice job, guys. We're pretty close to our dark goose limit, so now we can play with some snow geese.
All right, I'm tired of batting cleanup.
Well, you know, our sons are both older, and you know, in their younger years, when you get a chance to do the little leagues and the senior leagues, you know, they're right there, and then they kind of go away. And I thought, and Wally thought, that this was a great chance to bring them back. It was something we could do together that we would enjoy. We got away from everybody. We got away from home and all the things that would draw their attention away from what we really wanted.
I think the boys had a ball. I know I did.